Hey guys, this is your Madam Vash and welcome to my channel.
In this video, I'll be working on a question relating to titration. So here, we have a group of students who carried out an experiment to determine the molarity of strong acid. 5 ml of HClO4 solution was pipetted into a 100 ml volumetric flask and distilled water was added up to the graduated mark. This is the first part of the question. And the second part says 25 ml of this diluted HClO4 solution was then pipetted into a 250 ml conical flask and 2 drops of phenolphthalein were added. This was titrated against 1.0 molar lithium hydroxide solution and the titration was repeated 4 times. The volume of base used are shown as follows. Right. So for the first question here, you are required to calculate the average volume of lithium hydroxide used. So in order to calculate the average volume of lithium hydroxide used, you must only include the first reading, second reading, and the third reading from the titration. Do not include the gross reading while calculating the average volume. So the average volume would be 25.40 plus 25.50 plus 25.80 divided by 3, and that would give you 25.57 ml. Make sure to record your answers in 2 decimal place. Next, you are required to determine the molarity of the diluted HClO4 solution. This is the solution that we have used for titration. So, before starting calculation, you must write out the chemical equation. This is a neutralization reaction. Thus, you have acid reacting with your base to produce salt, which would be LiClO4 and water. As you can see, this equation is already balanced and thus the reaction ratio between acid and base would be 1:1. The next step would be to use the formula that you have learned before, that is MAVA over MBVB equals to A over B, to calculate the molarity of the acid. As a recap, molarity of acid is shown as Ma and molarity of base would be Mb. Volume of acid is given as Va and volume of base is given to be Vb. A and B here are the reacting ratio of the acid and base. So let's substitute in the corresponding values. Ma is what we would like to find. Volume of acid used would be 25 ml. Molarity of base is given in the question, whereby it is 1.0 molar. And the volume of base would be the average volume, which is 25.57, equivalent to 1/1. Solving this would give you an Ma value of 1.0228 molar. Let's move on to the next question. The third question requires you to calculate the molarity of the stock solution. Stock solution means concentrated acid solution. In this question, we have done dilution. Therefore, the formula to use is M1V1 equals to M2V2, whereby M1 is the concentration of the stock solution, which we are required to find in this question. Volume would be its initial volume. M2 is the concentration of the diluted acid solution. And V2 is the volume of the volumetric flask, which in this question is 100 ml. Now let's substitute in the corresponding values. M1 multiplied by V1, which is 5, equivalent to the concentration of the diluted acid solution, which was found in part B, that is 1.0228, multiplied by the volume of the volumetric flask, which is 100. The answer would be 20.46 molar. Now here's a question for you to try. Use the similar method as I've shown you and write the answers in the comment box.
Thank you for watching this tutorial. I'll see you in the next.